Hello traders, and this is a DAX recap video for Monday, February the 4th, and this was another range trading day, small trading range again. This is the situation that we had in pre-market, and in my morning notes I said that how the market is going to react on these two zones representing Friday's high and low is going to be the tell of the market strength. That both market can react on the first test on both sides, and basically to use this smaller range as a gauge of the market strength. So in the case of the good breakout of this smaller range, we could expect a move and testing of these upper zones, and in the case of breakdown, testing these lower zones. So what happened and where were our opportunities? So basically market stayed inside that range. Again, as I said on Twitter, this is the opportunity for us to practice range trading. Sometimes you will be really surprised how many times during the day market can test edges of some range. It can be up to 6 times. You can test 3 times to the upside and 3 times to the downside, and when the day is over you will be amazed how easy that trading can look in hindsight. But you have to be prepared, really. You got to have a trading plan that will prepare you for such an opportunity. And as I always said, be focused on the first test of the zones, especially if there are these zones that are in the middle of some bigger range. We should really be focusing on trading first test, because those zones are like minor zones. And okay, this was here the pre-market range. This was pre-market high made at like 2 p.m. This was pre-market low made at 8 a.m. A very small, very narrow pre-market range. This is the range from Friday. As you can see now is past 6, so regular trading hours is over. Market basically stayed inside the Friday's range, except for this false breakdown, which is another, of course, opportunity for us for a trade. So in range trading you will have two types of opportunities. In small ranges you will have fades of the edges of the range, and you will have false breakouts or false breakdowns as an entry point. So market opened and made a push above pre-market high, and pre-market high was inside of the Friday high zone. And either you will go immediately short because it's the middle of the zone, or either you are going to wait to see is it going to be a false break of the pre-market high. Nevertheless, whatever you choose, your entry is here. Really clear-cut short setup right from the open. Inability of market to go above pre-market high, repetitive setup targeting next zone below. So after a few attempts here and struggle around previous cash close, market did find its way to the next zone below, and that is your exit above this next zone. So this here, of course, is the opportunity for us to go long. Market really just touched the zone. There was no really time for us to think much here. So the only way to catch this trade was either to have a resting order on, or to react in this 2 minutes time period where the price is still here with your stop below the zone. Whenever you fade a zone, stop is going to be behind the invalidation point, and that usually means like half of the width of the zone. So if you are here and zone is like 20 points wide, your stop should be like 30 points here, and targeting again next zone, or at least pre-market low. So as you can see, this is a 1 minute chart. This trade could last like 15 minutes only for almost 40 points. Or you could be more patient and wait for market to give you bigger price, pushing your stop above, or just take a quickie 40 points in 15 minutes, and that's it. So this is second trading opportunity here. And finally, as I said, concentrate on the first test of the zone, first test of the upper zone short, first test of the lower zone Friday low long. And now you will have price really didn't made its move to the pre-market high, so for more experienced traders they could conclude this here as a weakness and maybe short in the way down with the stop above. But let's focus on the more easier setups. So when market make its move again to the Friday low, because it was already tested here and you already have had opportunity for one long trade, now we are not going to react on that, on the second test. Now we are going to be more conservative and wait and see what the market will do. And now when they're poking below, now we are waiting in this time here. There are really two possibilities. One possibility is a strong breakdown, and then we could wait for the pullback to go short, or there could be a false breakdown, which would be according to the market narrative, which is a very sideways and indecisive market. And when market just poke 10 to 20 points below the zone and goes immediately back up, that could very well mean that it is a false breakdown. And it was a false breakdown. So after the dust is settled and you are observing this, market is poking below, making a move up, poking below with the higher low now, and now is going again inside the zone. This here is your entry. After all of this movement, this here is your entry with your stop below this here poke. And because this is happening like in 4:45 p.m. Regular trading hours is closed. This is the time where we should look what the big brother SPX is doing. And Big Brother was also ranging, as you can see. This is today, this is Friday, very sideways, very choppy activity, so no real direction here, nothing that will push DAX higher. So we could conclude then that DAX is going to range also, and when it's range and when it is indecisive, it is better to use these first references to just close this trade and finish the day, rather than risk for the market to go back to our entry. So in the vicinity of pre-market low, there could be opportunity to just take this 30-40 points or even more from here. You could take even more than that from here, but in this kind of environment, really everything above 50 points is a very, very good trade, because market is inside small range. And those were the opportunities for today. Again, us practicing range trading, and free opportunities. Just base your trades at the edges of the zone and you should be fine. And also do not attempt any trades with very small stops, because this is what can happen to you and you will be out of the trade. So trading first tests and later wait to see are the market going to make a false break or not. And this is it basically for today. I wish you good trading and good day.